All right, everybody. Excited to have you guys join me for this live stream, and I am alive, as many of you have been wondering. It's been a while. In this video, I'm going to answer some of your questions, and I'm also going to just talk about some of the things that have been going on and where I've been. So we'll go ahead and we'll jump right into that. All right, everybody. So, as you may have noticed, I have not posted a video in a very long time. So, it's been a while, so I'm a little bit rusty. So, those of you who are in the chat watching this live, please comment. Let me know if there's any issues so that we can try to fix them. Before we get too far into it, we've got Ethan here helping me out. There's Ethan right there somewhere. You can wave to him, Ethan. He's my assistant. He's helping me out today a little bit. And I'm going to just talk to you guys about all the crazy stuff that's been happening here in my office. So I'm going to actually switch the camera over to Ethan and let him pan on a portion of my office just to show you what has been happening. I mean, look at this. My office has changed a lot. I've got way more insects that I'm raising, that we're taking care of. Ethan's helping me out with them. But, you know, a lot has really changed over the last year. And let me explain kind of what's happened. So, over the last year, after COVID-19 hit, there was a bunch of money that was put out there by the government, at least here in Idaho, to make up for all the classes that we could not do in person. So, everything was virtual, so everything was over Zoom and YouTube and things like that. And the government here in Idaho, they wanted to make up for that by having more in-person stuff. So basically what ended up happening is they offered money to educators like myself to do more in-person classes to make up, because, you know, having all those digital classes definitely had a big effect on youth. So I got a grant that we have here in my office, and it has allowed me to get a lot more insects to take around to go do classes in person at schools and other educational events. So that's been my focus for like the last 8 to 9 months, because we've been getting thousands of dollars to purchase new insects, go teach new classes, do new things, and getting money and spending it is a lot harder than you think, and actually making use of that. So I've been really focused on teaching classes with kids in person, letting them interact and handle insects, bugs, and spiders. So my office has basically almost transformed into a little mini zoo of insects. Now in the past, I only had maybe 5 or 6 different species in my office. Right now I've got 50 plus. I've got spiders, tarantulas, all sorts of things. Maybe I'll switch over to that camera again. I'll let Ethan show you a little bit of what's going on. But you can see, so on the wall over there, I've got a whole bunch of different predators. So I've got a wide variety of different spiders over there. I've got a lot of tarantulas and some or other arachnids. I've got some scorpions. I've got some tailless whip scorpions, and I've got some other things. Mostly that's arachnids, and maybe I'll pull out a few to show you guys, so you can kind of see what we've been doing. But we've got a lot. Those are just the adults. We've got some adults there, and then over in this area where Ethan's panning with the camera, we've got a lot of different cockroach species, and we've also got isopods. I've started getting into isopods, so that's been really fun. And then over there is my Goliath bird eater. Her name is Prometheus. It's a confirmed female, and she's pretty big, so maybe we'll get a shot of her. We'll see if we can open it up, and hopefully she doesn't get out. But Ethan is a little more hesitant. We're giving him some bug and spider therapy to get him used to it. And then I've got up above, I've got a gargoyle gecko, which is really cute and cool. His name is Char. And then over in that other cage, I've got some more exotic ones that require humidity, like a ghost mantis and some emerald cockroaches, which are really pretty. So those are some of kind of the insects that I've got. Oh, Ethan, you want to show over? We've got a whole bunch of spiderlings. We've got a whole bunch of spiders over there. So we've got a bunch of slings and stuff, but we can maybe pull a few of them out and get some zoomed in shots. Also, I just barely got this like 2 days ago. I'll switch over to this other camera. You can see we have a really nice macro setup. Ethan, do you want to pan the camera over and just show what we've got set up over there? I'll show folks, but this is a This is a really nice macro camera setup so that we can do more stuff with bugs. You can see the mites walking around, and those mites are really small, trust me. Like, you can hardly even see them. These things are like the size of a grain of pepper, so they're very small. Let me see. Let me see what I was doing with that. Okay, yeah, let's take that off. But yeah, very small. I'll show you guys. Ethan, it looks like, has switched the camera over there so you can see. So it's this huge, the lens is this long scope, and it is it's basically zoomed in on this thing, and you need lots of light. But look at how long that lens is. It's almost 2 feet long, the lens itself, and then it's hooked up to a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6K, I believe. But yeah, it just gets some beautiful shots, because again, those are really small things. I mean, those springtails are very small as well. Typically they're things you're not going to be able to see all that well. Looks like Hipster Entei is asking what the temperature is in the room. I think it's 73 right now. But in my chamber over there where I've got my gecko and those other things, in that other chamber I keep it at closer to 80 degrees. So that is a little bit warmer and not quite too crazy. And this is this lens that I've got on that camera is probably not something you're going to just go out and buy. Again, I've gotten a lot of, I've got a lot of grant money recently. And there's also great news about my board game, although those of you who are YouTube viewers are probably like, oh no, because now you're spending more time on that. But we did get a $100,000 grant from the USDA to take this board game and teach people how to play it and how to use it. So if you're an educator, either of high school or college or informal education in the Western United States, part of my grant is to go teach people how to play this game and put on trainings for people to use it more. And we've had really good results from our surveys. 100% of those who've played the game, at least that filled out the survey, said that it's more engaging than a typical training, which we put a lot of work into it. So we're excited for that. We're getting to hire professional board game artists. I'm super excited about that, to get some new art for it and stuff. And we're going to build a tool that will help people run the game. And then we're going to hopefully have eventually down the line an app or a game that people can play digitally, because we want to make it available that way. Miss Misty I'd asked if we have a wolf spider, or we did have one. We did have a couple wolf spiders. I had a male and a female here in my office. This was the second pair that I had, but unfortunately they passed away. They don't live a long time. I tried to get them to mate, but they never ended up mating, and they just ended up dying. Although I was feeding and watering them frequently, they just are not super long lived, especially when they're fully grown. So we don't have those wolf spiders anymore. But it looks like Hipster's asking how my kids are doing. My kids are doing great. We're doing pretty good. We just had to clean up our sewer line, so that was fun. Exciting stuff happening at our house, and my family's doing good though. So everybody's doing pretty good. Clognog says he had an African stick mantis. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, mantises are definitely really cool. I do have a ghost mantis, so maybe we can get some macro shots of that. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick something that I want to look at, and me and Ethan are going to go look at something up close with the new macro setup. And if you have any suggestions of what you would like me to pull out, again, I have a wide variety of different tarantulas. I've got different types of cockroaches. I've got some emerald roaches that are really pretty, that are like a green metallic color. I've got tarantulas and yeah, quite a few different things. So also have some isopods. So Ethan, why don't you go ahead and you pull out what's his name, Ramses? We're gonna pull out the ghost mantis and take a look at that under this macroscope, and just look kind of at his body, maybe at his head, some of his spines and things. We're gonna be able to look really close at all that stuff. Oh, Clognog's asking if one of my kids started talking. Yes, they are all talking like crazy. They talk like crazy, and they love Encanto and singing those songs. They will not stop singing them, so that's fun. Yeah, sorry to hear about one of your. Sorry to hear about the spider passing away, Miss Misty Eyed. Yeah, it sucks when that happens, but yeah, I've really come a long ways with spiders. I have a lot more spiders. So I'm going to switch over to my macro camera, And it looks like we've got Ant Lab on here, which he probably knows more about this than I do, so I'm curious what his setup is. But this is where's that camera at, Ethan? Is that showing our setup? Maybe we can show that setup again here in a little bit so Ant Lab can give us his comments on it. But anyways, we've got a macro lens hooked up to a Pocket Cinema 6K. This is a pretty long lens, so we're going to take a look here. As you can see, there's some mites and things, but we're going to pull out the Ghost Mantis and see if we can get some decent shots at it. I don't know if it's a male or female, but we've named it Ramsey. So I'm going to jump over there. I'll keep talking to you guys, and I'll keep checking the chat here and there. So, okay, I'm going to hop over there. Try not to get too much feedback from the microphone. And let's pull out our Ghost Mantis. So Ethan, if you want to get on the focus, I'll have Ethan run the focus and the camera. Ethan is a little more skittish with the bugs than I am, so maybe come over here. And we'll show you guys off our Ghost Mantis. So we'll see if we can get him and see if I can hold pretty still. Pretty close to the camera. There we go. What are we seeing some stuff there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty good shot. Yeah, he's looking around. Checking out that camera. Wonder if that'll focus anymore. Let's take a look at. Maybe we'll take a look. Oh yeah, look at that beautiful face. Those mantises are so beautiful. Any movement you're seeing is probably me wobbling my hand because I'm not the best at holding still, but I love the mantises compared to other insects because they will be much more playful, and I mean they're not necessarily, but they just are much more active and seem to be aware of things a lot more. Most other insects kind of don't even know you're there, but it seems like mantises do a decent job at kind of recognizing you exist or there's something funky going on. He does not want to hold still very well, so maybe we'll switch to someone else, but you get to see part of the beauty of these creatures. Oh, he's attacking the scope, so that's fun. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll put him back. Maybe I'll get out some of the isopods so we can look at those. Unless there were any suggestions, I'm going to take a look at the chat here and let's see if there was any suggestions of what people. Oh, you want to look at the abdomen to check the gender, hipster? Let's see if we can. Give you a decent shot of that. You need to see which side of the abdomen do you need to see? Do you need to see is that the portion you need to see possibly? I'm not sure. I'm not super good at the sexing thing with these, but we can give you a little bit of the ventral side as well if you want. See if we can get some shots of that. I'm actually really jealous of Ant Lab. I think it's Adrian, is it? I can't remember your name, sorry. But has lots of high-speed cameras, so he's got lots of really cool stuff. So I'm very jealous of your high-speed cameras, but I'm starting to get into a little more of the macro stuff. So anyways, that's probably enough of the mantis. Maybe I can take some pictures for Hipster later, and he can give us his synopsis of what he thinks the gender is. So it's a female. It's a girl. I'm a proud father of a girl. Okay, we'll get out something a little bit smaller for you guys, because again, this macro shot is pretty tight. Why don't you see if you can find one of the rubber duckies? See if we can get one of them. I have some rubber duckies. They're Cubaris species, but I'm working on trying to breed them. So at this point, I'm not sure exactly what we've got going on. Let's see here. Where did I get my Ghost Mantis? I purchased it from Bugs in Cyberspace. So that's a pretty good place to purchase them from. Let's see. How's the bug wall of fame? I've kind of somewhat given up on that because it's so much work. I haven't been doing so many videos, but maybe I'll have Ethan. Ethan, do you want to show the wall? I'll show them the wall really quick of the bug pictures. I think I'm gonna just start taking pictures and just attaching them up there. If people send me good pictures, I'll probably just I'll just put some up there so that I've got them. But anyways, any tarantulas above ground now, as in like I have ones that are not hiding. Yeah, I have quite a few that are not underground right now hiding, or I'm not sure what you're meaning, if you're meaning in the wild or something of that. I'm not sure. Let's see what's going on over on the macro. Looks like Ethan's getting it figured out, trying to find some height or something to help him out. I'm going to hop over there and help him. We'll get these guys onto the camera for you.
We have one.
Okay, yeah, let's put it on here and let's see what height we get. That's not too bad. Let's go ahead and do some focusing. That's our... I don't even know if this one's alive or not, so we might poke it and it might not be. Let's give it a little more height, maybe. What do we got? Okay, let's see if we can get a good focus. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Let's do a rotation. Let's take a look at the face of that rubber ducky. Color seems a little washed out. That looks a little better. Go ahead and poke it. Let's see if it's alive. I'm not sure. It's even alive. Yep. Oh. It's gone now. There we go. Yeah, looks better. Yeah, these are the isopods that they call rubber duckies. And look at that mite right there. Let's go over. Let's just leave it where it is. Come this way a little. Yep, look at that little mite running around. Lots of problems with mites. That's just always something you have to deal with. You can kind of see the mite better than the rubber ducky. Let's come back. Looks like the rubber ducky's moving now to go this way. He's moving now.
Oh, I can't. Maybe less height.
Too close, huh? Maybe he'll come right under it. Whoops. We're going to have to clean that off. Let me get a lens wipe. We'll wipe that off. Maybe I'll show you guys one of my tarantulas now. I kind of gave you a shot of the rubber ducky. Why don't you get out Aphrodite, the Carabena versicolor?
You want to like open that all the way? Or?
I think we probably will. Here, go ahead and open that. Let's wipe off the thing. Yeah, we'll move these guys. Try doing something else. Might need some scissors. Should get a shot of Ethan trying to open this plastic. Now he's getting out a saw. Literally, he just got out a saw to cut it, but that's fine. Let me try and catch up on the information. Blaberus species cockroaches. Let me see. I think I have some giganteus, but they are younger. Oh, the cave roaches. Yeah, I do have some of those. I can pull some of those out. We can take a look at them. Let's see here. Dairy cow isopods are pretty cool. Yeah, I've got some zebras as well. Oh yeah, the isopods are definitely really good at cleaning stuff up. So that's pretty cool. So, okay, let's see if we got the thing all wiped up now. And we'll switch over to the macro. See if we can get a shot of Aphrodite. So this is a Carabena versicolor. And I don't know if she's going to cooperate with us or not. We'll find out. We'll do somebody else. Let's do the Mexican bloodleg. She's pretty chill. Some of these are faster than the others, so we're going to pick one that's a little slower moving and just chill for the most part. Okay, here is our Mexican bloodleg.
You got too much height.
See if we can get some better focus here. This is a juvenile, so in comparison to my finger, you can see it's quite small. Doesn't seem to want to react to too much of anything. Yeah, it looks better with the light. Yeah, anyways, that's that. What do you want to look at, Ethan, under the scope?
I don't know. I'll grab things if people want to look at them, so.
So there's that. See if there's any other comments of things they want to look at. Let's see here. I do have some cockroaches. Let me see which cockroach species these are. Panama giant cockroach. Those aren't fully grown. We'll do the peppered cockroach. I'll have to look up the species on these. And they're somewhat fast, so we'll see if they will hold still for us. So I'll have Ethan ready to grab them while I run the camera. Yeah, look at you can see the venation on it pretty well there. Get a little more light in there. Get some nice close-up shots on the face. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Look at the pads on the feet. You can see their pads, those little white spots or pads, like for grabbing onto stuff, I believe. See the pads. See if it wants to zoom anymore. Pretty cool cockroach. Let's go ahead and let's get out the emerald cockroach. Then I promise I'll look at the chat again, guys. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to show you guys some of the bugs we got here in my office at this point, stuff we've been working on. See if we can grab one of those. We'll stick them in a cup here with the mites and stuff. So this species is known as I think it's Pseudoglomerus magnifica. They're from Vietnam, but they're really cool. They're very pretty. Sometimes, oh, here we go. Here's a couple. The reason I love these ones, though, is because they have this beautiful, I mean, really beautiful metallic color. So, sorry you're not seeing anything yet. We're just getting them ready. I'll have them on camera shortly. There we go. We need to raise the roof. Oh yeah, so beautiful. Let's see if we can get a little more. Oh, those mites are looking for someone to hijack. This seems to be a suitable host, I suppose. Let's grab I guess I can grab it. Get a couple more sheets of paper so we can get a little even closer to this guy for you guys. Those mites are just like, yes, a new host. He's like, uh-oh. Not good. Attack of the mites. Most of the time the mites are not like harmful. They're not symbiotic because they're not providing a benefit. I think they're called commensalistic. Sometimes they are beneficial and sometimes they are parasitic, but usually they're just not causing too much harm. But it's amazing. Look at those mites, how fast they're able to find that. They're able to detect that movement, and they're just hopping right on. They want to hitchhike this beautiful emerald roach, which is a very pretty specimen for sure. And I love that metallic greenish color. They're not huge, but they're quite beautiful. I want to look at the underside and see if it's got that same metallic look to it. Let me flip it over if I can. Why don't you come on the camera, Ethan? I'm going to pick it up with my hand and I'll see if I can do it myself. There we go. Now it's on my hand. It's like it shook off some of the mites. I'm going to try not to hurt this guy, but we're going to look at his head. And it looks very metallic underneath. It looks almost gold. Doesn't it, Ethan?
Yes.
He's very good at grabbing onto things, but we're going to try to see if we can hold him upside down. Take a look. Look at that. Very pretty. Such a beautiful cockroach. I really like these guys a lot. And they're so chill for the most part. They're not, I mean, some of them can fly, the males, but anyways, those are the emerald cockroaches, the Pseudoglomerus magnifica, I believe. Let's see if other folks have some questions. Hipster, do you have any good let me switch over here. I'll have Ethan pull another one up for you in just a second. We probably won't go too much longer because we're hitting noon here. Hipster, do you have any good recommendations of places to purchase predatory mites? Because so I have an African giant millipede over there, and in there I've got a lot of mites. So if you have any good recommendations of places to purchase predatory mites, I'd love to hear about that because, yeah, I struggle with them. Let's see here. Any of the roaches feeder roaches? Yes, I have dubia roaches, and I have red runners as well here in my office. I also have wide horn hissing cockroaches. Maybe we can bring one of those out, Ethan. I'll just bring it over here. These are not your typical hissing cockroaches. What does it say the species name is on there? I'm trying to remember. Gromfatorina oblongata or something?
Yes.
Yeah, oblongata. These ones are pretty cool. Ethan's going to pull one out for us. Yeah. So, with typical hissing cockroaches, the males do have horns, but they're usually not this big. But on these guys, they've got big horns. They almost look like a triceratops or something. Like, they're really cool. I love the horns on these guys. And they're much larger as well, so that's kind of the cool thing with these guys. They're just a lot bigger, a lot cooler in my opinion. And they've got these really rough horns, but they're pretty cool. And the kids like to think they're like triceratops or something because they're just pretty fun in that way. So, yep, that's the wide horn hissing cockroach. I'm going to block my face so it'll stop focusing on me and focus in on the roach itself. But anyways, focus is struggling. Let's see. There you go. That looks pretty good. Okay, so yep, that's the wide horn hisser right there. They also establish harems. Is that what they do, Brian? Are you saying on the wide horn hissers or what? All right, put those guys away. The roach is bigger than your quail chicks. What kind of quail do you have? I have a brother who raises button quail. He's trying to convince me to get some, but I have not bought into it quite yet. I do have Gina Caphor. Let's see. I've got Gina Caphrorum and I've got Gina Centurio. I guess I can show you my setup. You can tell me how I'm doing on it, Hipster. Let's take a look at those. We'll throw those underneath. The Gina Centurio seem like they're so small and they're always hidden. I can never see them. So we'll pull that under the macroscope real quick. So let's go to there. This one is the Gina Centurio. We'll see if there's any of them moving around. might be too dry for them. I don't know. I rarely, if ever, see them. There we go. There they are. Hiding out over here. They're all just hiding out underneath the water dish. But again, they're just so small. Right there. Here we go. Here's one. Yeah, these are my Gina Centurio, the Centurion roaches. Maybe it needs to be more moist. I just struggle with so much fungal issues. So if you have some suggestions of what to do, I don't know. It really struggle. I like the ghost roaches, the Caphorum. They're a little more interesting to me, just because they actually move around and I see them. The Centurion roaches, I just never seem to be able to see them half the time. Looks like we got one. You gotta run the camera, Ethan, and get the focus to work. Come on, you guys, where are you? Maybe the ghost. Oh, here we go. Here's some ghost roaches. There we go. These ones have some cool patterns on them.
Should be good.
You want to focus that, Ethan? You see the roach right there? Point at it. Right there's the roach. We'll see if it'll move for us. It's a little bit covered in the dust. It's got some cool checkered-ish patterns on it. It's kind of cool. So yeah, that's the ghost roach. I'll let Ethan put that away. Let me check the. Get some water spilling. Yeah, I may have to work on some. May have to work on improving the moisture and stuff like that. Oh yeah, Catornix quail. I'm just seeing that from Clognog. Yeah, that's what my brother has some of those too. I'm not sure about the Pseudoglomerus bibienko. I have the Pseudoglomerus magnifica, but maybe it's the same thing, the emerald roaches. Let's see here. Yeah, maybe I need to add some more substrate and some cross ventilation to deal with the fungus. And cool things about the assassin bug. So if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, I think we're going to wrap up here pretty quick. As I said, right now I'm very busy taking care of all these bugs and going and doing live events. And Hipster, you can send me some pictures and I can add them up to the wall. Did we ever show that, Ethan? Let me switch that over. So yeah, there's the wall and there's the back of my head. So anyways, I need to just start adding pictures, and we'll probably just plaster it with pictures, and that'll end up being what it is, I guess. But anyways, but yeah, I'm raising a colony, Brian. So if I can get a colony going, I can possibly send you some. I'll also do a video here soon about the best people to buy bugs from, because again, I've had all this money and I've had to spend it, so I've had to find people that will sell me the bugs and that are breeding the bugs. And again, many of these are going to require a special permit in order to technically transfer them across state lines, because they're not native to here. But you can watch my video on that. It's on YouTube. I'll have that pop up on the screen in the normal video after the stream's done. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys are excited to have me. Whoops, that's the wrong one. I'm excited to kind of be back to some degree, you guys. I'm going to be doing some more videos as we go along. But again, they're not going to be as frequently as they were before, because I'm just so tied up in so many different projects that it's a challenge for me. But anyways, I just am glad that some of you guys have, whoops, we got some major issues with that music. Had 2 music streams playing at the same time. Let's try that again. Thank you guys for watching. I'm glad some of you are still diehard fans. If there's any of you out there that are diehard fans and want to start a Discord channel, I would be happy to join in on that. If we can get someone to be a good admin, I'd be happy to chime in and jump in every once in a while. It's just hard for me to keep up with all the comments on YouTube. It really is a struggle. So if you want to get involved with helping with comments and stuff like that, I'm always open to having people help out or doing a Discord channel. Discord, I know way back when I talked about doing like a Teams or Slack or something, but Discord is so much better. And I think that is... I think that's the best thing to do. So, but yeah, I've got a number of videos that I'm planning on doing at some point. As you can see, I've got that cool macroscope. You can check that out in some future videos. We'll be playing with that. And I hope you guys all have a great weekend.